Hey boys and girls, we're gonna draw a dragon eye today. It's gonna be awesome. So, to start with, on our paper, we're gonna write our first name. Mine's Mrs. and our last name. Mine is Mertz. We're gonna write our table number and our hour. What hour are we? Okay, now that we got those things done, we're gonna flip our paper over and we are going to be starting with the pupil, iris, the inside part. Now, I have a little thing that I could trace. If you guys want, you could use one of these if you want a smaller eye and more dragon, whatever, but I'm gonna start with this right here, and I'm just gonna trace. Now, I traced kind of heavy so you guys can see it, but I would trace this on the light side. Then, what you're gonna do is you're gonna start to put on the rest of it. Okay, so part of this eye is gonna be missing, and we want to put in the iris here, or is that the pupil? I think it's the pupil. And then we're gonna start drawing. So I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna overlap, and then I'm gonna get rid of this top part like that. And then I'm gonna come back down here and I'm gonna come around and I'm gonna line up with the bottom of this, and then I'm gonna draw a line coming around like that. Now, there are a gazillion different ways you could do this. I have some resources for you that you can look at to draw this out, but what you want to do is have sections. All right, so then I'm going to have another section under here that comes around, and I'm going to have this be kind of a section right here, and then I'm going to draw another little section right there, and another section right here, and then I'm going to draw some more sections over on this side that get a little bit bigger. All right, and like I said, there's really no wrong way to do this. You're just making some sections because dragons, now I've never seen one in person, but we just have these sections that we're going to be painting from light to dark. Here's another one that I've drawn. You can see here's my eye, and I use this. Now you could use like the bottom of a cup or something. You could use whatever. You just want it to be really geometric, and you can tell in here that I have erased some stuff. Okay, so that is step one. Draw your eyeball, and I would recommend that you don't draw it right in the middle. I'd have it be offset a little bit so it's a little stronger composition. All right, so here we go painting. So I'm making the color of the eye. I'm wiping most of the color off, and I'm mixing that into my white. And I'm creating a really, really light color of this color. It's light purple. Okay, it looks white on the palette, but it's gonna read as purple, and I'm gonna do that right around where it's gonna be black later, that iris part. Then I'm gonna add more purple in there, mix that in, make a darker tone of purple, and I'm gonna put that next to the light purple. There we go. And then I'm gonna put more purple in because I wanna make a darker purple, and I have more room on the one side than the other, so I'm gonna put an extra little stripe in there. There we go. And now I'm washing my brush out, and I'm gonna just have purple on my brush to finish the eye out. Okay, so now I have a new palette. This time I'm going to do the opposite of purple. I'm going to do kind of a greenish color, a yellowy greeny color, because I had a little more red in that purple. So I'm doing the same thing. I'm making the color, I'm mixing the color into white, creating a super light tint. And in each of the areas that I have, I'm going to put white on one side of them. So here I go, just putting that really light yellowy green on. Just putting it in. And I should have had table paper. Look at that. Oh, Mrs. Mertz, what are you doing without table paper? Guess I'll have to wipe it later. All right, so just doing that light green in each section. There we go, each section. Oh, that looks great. All right, each section. Now, if your eyeball is still wet, you might be careful because you're going to pick that color up, and then that's going to make kind of a brown color. So be careful of your eyeball. All right. Yeah, I picked a little bit up there. Okay, so then after I get that painted, then I'm going to mix up more of the green into that white base. Okay, so I'm going to dip into my green again, put it into the white, mix it up so it's a little bit darker, and this is the process. You paint going from light to dark in each spot, and you'll see it develop. All right, so here we go in super fast forward. And I am darkening the color, putting it beside the light color. Now I'm darkening the color again, putting that next to the lightest color. And I'm darkening the color again and putting it in the next spot next to the darkest color until I have all my spaces filled in, and my last thing is the dark color. Okay, so here's a little trick, artists. So this is tempera paint, so if you just put some water on your brush and you just kind of go back over some of those areas a little bit, you can blend those stripes of color a little bit. You don't want to make them all the same color. That wouldn't be any fun, but you can blend them a little bit so it's not so stripy. I mean, you could leave them as stripes if you wanted. I just prefer more of a blended look. But again, you don't want to over blend it and make it one color. So I'm cleaning my brush in between each section to make sure that my brush is staying clean so it doesn't over blend the colors and make them into a solid color. I don't want that. I want a graded value from light to dark. All right, you are ready to paint. And the last thing we'll do here with paint is paint that pupil black. And there you go. So now we're going to put the scales on. We're going to do this with a black permanent marker. We're going to start with a shape like a rectangle or a triangle or a circle, and we're going to repeat it through the shape. And then we're going to thicken part of the line. So either the bottom part, the top part, whichever part you want. Or you could do the top and the bottom part. Now, as you do this, your brain is going to be telling you, this doesn't look like scales, this isn't working, what am I doing? But trust it. When you're done and you step back from it, it's going to look exactly like a dragon scale.